Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and today I'm going to create a card using only this, pretty much only this alphabet die set. It's going to be a card that is fairly minimal in design, and I think that it's going to, because it's so simple, have a very striking look to it. My video today is part of a collaboration hop for the Oso Inspired collaboration team that is organized by Call Me Crafty Al here on YouTube. And if you've never hopped with us before, what we do is each month there is an inspiration piece that we all get to look at in advance, and however that particular piece inspires us, whatever it inspires us to create, we are free to use whatever we have in our stash and make whatever it is that we feel so inspired to. What I really love about this hop is just hopping along and actually checking out all of my team's creations, because it's just so interesting to me how we can all look at the same. In this case, this month is a card originally created by Kelly Fusco, and there'll be a link to it in the description box below if you want to check out that the original card. But I always find it so intriguing to see what exactly about that piece inspired each of my teammates to make what they're sharing. It's amazing how the same piece can inspire different people to go in very different directions, and so that's why I always think it's really fun to check it out, because there are so many things that you can take as inspiration from every piece of, from everything that you see out there, whether it's nature, another piece of art, another creation from another crafter. So I love the premise of this collab, and I love that you can join along too. So if in looking at the original piece by Kelly or any of our videos, if you so feel inspired to create something, I hope you'll share that. And if you do share it out to social media, please do add the hashtag #IWasOsoInspired. And to see the rest of my teammates and what they've made, you can click on the hashtag OSICNOV2023, and that should bring up all of the videos that are from the designers who are participating in the collaboration this month. There's another way that you can actually get all of the videos. You can also open the description box below, and there will be links to each person's video there. And as well, if it's easier and you want to have all of them play one right after the other, you can head on over to Call Me Crafty Al's channel, and she'll have a playlist, and that's going to have all of our videos on the playlist. And playlists are great because you can just set it to autoplay, and when one video ends, the next one will begin. So when I looked at Kelly's card, I really loved a couple things about it. I loved how striking it is, where she's stamped that potted plant multiple times to create her background, but she only colored it in the one time. And behind that one colored in potted plant, there's a stripe, another accent stripe of color, which I thought was really fabulous. Just how simple it is, how clean it is, and how striking it is, because basically the rest of the card is black and white. So that's a little bit of what I'm aiming to do. I know on screen it might be hard to tell what it is I'm doing, but what I've been busy at is actually lining up the die cut letters from this particular alphabet die set. Is actually from Spellbinders. I think it's their Be Bold alphabets. And I just have the word thank repeated multiple times, going from the very top of this card, and it will get repeated all the way down to the end. What I am doing, however, is you can see the start of it now. There's one row that will be in black. So that's sort of my take on Kelly's, not my take on her card. I'm not really trying to case it, but that's sort of how I was inspired by her card. Just the idea of building up a background that is subtle, but having one like bold iteration of your background that is in color. So what I've glued down so far before this row that I'm working on now is the word thank, but die cut out of white. And my card base is white, so I know that's why it's so hard to see what's happening at the top of the card. But all I've done is just placed my letters, and I am using, this is one of the few times where I use my T-square ruler, because I really do want to make sure this is lined up straight. And so I'm just making sure that as I glue down the letters that they are lined up. And what I did was, just to get my spacing right for each row, I put the letter T, I glued that down first for all of the rows. And that way I have my spacing for the rows correct. And then as I glued down the rest of the word thank, I just need to make sure that I have it lined up with the row above it. So that's what that looks like, all glued down. I miscounted somehow, and I have an extra set of letters. So what I decided to do was actually just go ahead and glue these randomly down so that different letters, one in each row of white, actually has one of the letters in that row will be doubled up. So it's just even more texture and kind of pattern to the background. And even though it's white on white, you can still see it to the naked eye, but it's just adding that little bit extra bit of texture, depth, and a little bit of extra interest, even though it's all white. So I like playing with textures and layers when I'm doing anything that's white on white. So I've got that going, and to complete my sentiment, the last thing I'll do is I'm just going to add a this is a Dymo label, you know, one of those ones where you kind of rotate it and it sort of punches into this bit of label tape. And I have the label tape in red, which I think will be nice and, again, really striking. I have it in black too, but in Kelly's original, she's got her potted plant colored in one color, or two colors really, and then the color swatch behind it is in a different coordinating color. So I thought it would be nice to have a second color as an accent, and it also just makes the whole card, the effect of it, also more striking, because black and red, they're very, very bold colors. So I love how simple this card is. It was a lot of die cutting. It was a lot of fussy placement, but here, as I bring it up close, you can kind of see how the word thank is repeated and how visible it really is in person. And I love this card. It's so simple and very effective. And so I hope that you enjoyed how Kelly's original card inspired me, and I hope you'll hop along and see how her card inspired everybody else on the team. And if you feel inspired by Kelly's card, I hope you'll craft as well and share what you make with the hashtag I was oh so inspired. Thanks for catching my video today, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Thanks. Bye.